Ryan and Holly Cotton. And those are my nieces, Lori and Lacey and Aaron and Reese. This is their children. So my sister has a whole bunch of grandkids. And so Rick's mother died the very next year. He died October 13th of 2013, which was a Monday. I had to leave on Sunday after we watched the Texans game at a hospice over off of Cook Road and stuff. And anyway, we ended up talking the doctor into letting him go. But his boss from Celanese came to visit him and stuff. And they took him home in a van. And some of the pills were very expensive, like $2,400. He had damn good insurance, but I think it just ate him up. The plant did it. I know it did. So anyway, Betty Cotton died a year later on a Tuesday, because Rick was the only child. I mean, the only son. He was the baby. And Steve Campbell did the same thing to Betty Cotton as he is doing to me. It's called gaslighting and gang stalking, but they didn't talk about it. What happened was, she died mysteriously and kept saying she heard voices. Well, the technology's phenomenal now. They even have stuff on the that they're installing on the people valve stems, and you can hear it. It ain't just by association.
Yes,
I don't know. Yeah, it says be nice, let her go home, and then they'll say in the military telemetry that little Madeline Zoe, that little 22-year-old bitch, paper pump, she's going, go and sleep with the Lord. And stuff like that. And then Ricky Rowe has raped me. James Richard Rowe. He is Janice Cotton's 100% brother. They grew up together. Can you believe he slapped the shit out of her? I called her on Christmas and I ain't supposed to. He lied on me and said that I was he told Keosha Booker, because I was cleaning my phone. And I was sitting on the corner of Guadalupe and Avenue F, I think. By the DPS. And then fucking cops walked up on me, and I was just sitting there trying to go get an Arizona tea, which has a lawsuit against them already, because they infused it with heroin, Ricky Rowe. He also comes up and sends to kick me in my ribs, and he paid him $3,600.
No joke.
No, he kicked me off. All I did was walk up, because I had a sling, and I set my bag down. He came back out from around the pillar, and I don't know, did not look like a Karate Kid at all. Hopped up and had on like Mardi Gras colors, and he just like with his foot, the heel was right on the I don't know if this is the first rib or what, but it was all 12 inches of a foot, because it hit every rib I got, and his plan was to have punctured my lung or something.
It didn't do it though.
No, it didn't. Thank God. You know, I am an athlete, NJCAA from San Jacinto College, and when I went off in the Blue Orbit last year, well, I was the bookcase that came down. Can you believe it?
You were what?
I was the one that was laughing and looking all drunk and fucked up. The one on TV that they covered the face. That
no
was
kidding.
me.
On Blue Orbit? No kidding.
No shit. And you know what the most ironic part of that is? Darcy Stotts. I went to school with her. At San Jack. She's a state champion at LaPorte for the Bulldogs, LaPorte High School. Well, she has her own fucking chiropractic practice there. I landed in her parking lot, and I didn't even barely, like, we can be friends. I mean, we are friends forever. And her parents moved to California, but ever since we started going through the chiropractor started being our trainers pretty much. Mr. Miss Breen. And she just took an inch, like she latched onto that shit, and that was her dream. And she made it come true, and she moved to San Angelo, Texas, right where we had our national track meet with the Bahamians. I had my good friends, Wilma and Minez, and ran with them for 2 years. And Renee Gerbich attended here, UT, and she was a business law major, and I think it was PE or kinesiology as a second major. She's a heptathlete. She came out of San Jack. And Donna Branch and a whole bunch of people I can't even begin to name. Yeah, a whole bunch. But I come from 3 different institutions of higher learning. I got 16 years and a BS and a AA out of San Jack. And so anyway, Darcy's like looking at me going, hey, pal, what are you doing? And I was going, like, I didn't know where I was, but at the same time, I had tumbled everywhere. So no wonder I feel like as if my body's on backwards or something.
But you're doing okay today?
Yeah, but you know what? Elon Musk, I don't know how much it was, but the president and Kamala, they both agreed to have them just throw me on one of them planets and just push me to the side, like on the low, because I got the GPS that goes in that module they took me up in. So 3 seconds to Mars or 30, and so they had the red light, green light shit. But man, I threw out the brains of the operation, and it was NASA, Elon, and also Lockheed Martin and Boeing. It was the hard drive. I had to replace the cars that they stole from me. John Thomas Raper, Central Property, 155,000 properties. That was the idea, just to make me disappear.
Yeah.
They kicked me out with some fake eviction papers. It's eviction moratorium, and I'm one of the only people paying rent in the same 453 square feet for 12 years.
Is that how you ended up out here?
Yeah, because she had me thrown out because I told 211 and the maintenance people that there was people upstairs, and they were like, there ain't nobody's up there. Is there a monitor on my door? I asked them, no, it ain't. Comes to find, yeah, there was. And I asked the cop, can you take fingerprints? My car's been broken into. I had a security system. They stamped 4 other VIN numbers on my windows. It had every bell and whistle on it, and I saw the goddamn car parked behind Scott Ogle office, and I had knocked on his door about police brutality, and he just totally ignored me because John the Raper with all the paper, that goes back to the mortgage industry where the note, the deed, and the title, and also the amortization. Well, they made it as if she was going to lose her home. Ricky almost got it for $1, but Diane Runte out of Barrett Burke in South Shore Harbor, Texas, and I worked with her in bankruptcy, lost it, and all this shit, foreclosed. She saved my sister's house. Steve Campbell out of Belleville, Illinois, Bellevue. Yeah. His son is 37, I think. He just had a birthday. Has been collected. It's a he. Yeah. So he a Yankee. Started collecting my goddamn Social Security disability insurance. I haven't even applied, been rejected, nor approved, but I need it. And he's been collecting. They used it. They switched or did something with my number. They keep telling me I got to change my name, but they won't come out. Steve's acting as if it's a Wizard of Oz movie, and they taunt me, and they've all got like costumes and shit.
Yeah.
And they're doing the Walker movie or series over there off of Berkman behind the Whataburger.
Yeah.
And I seen that little bitch walking around like me. Actually, there's 2. No kidding. And the teeth are knocked out because they want me to get and be disappeared. Because I caught the Mexicans with the chloroform and the sherbet bowl at Jack Blue's Auto Market, right there at Kensington and Guadalupe.
Well, it sounds like you've been through some stuff.
And it's unbelievable shit, but yeah, it is all believable. So get this, let me just wrap it up for you, because I don't know how much time you got. But
I got about 2 more minutes.
Anyway, my sister was buried in a 6-foot watery grave, and the machinery was the ditch, which was provided by Taylor Rowe.
Yeah.
And he had inherited from his grandfather, but he wanted to stand back like ain't nothing wrong. Ricky made sure she was incapacitated. Oh wait, and they put concrete all around her, topped it off with the quickcrete. And guess what? They have a windmill, and it has like a motor about this high. He put a whole bunch of weaponry and wires and stuff. So when my sister hit the garage to park in it, the Genie garage, it was gonna blow like shrapnel and explode and make her die. And that is real, and everybody only tells me this. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I understand why she didn't really be real talkative to me the other day. It's because Ricky Rowe was sitting there, and he had her like by the back of her hair, and he was grabbing the receiver as if he was going to hit her in her grill. So I have got to get back home. Yeah. But I am supposed to get money from Lorenz & Lorenz. It was a slam dunk case. They were going to get $50,000 for my knee and my arm. I had been to intake information, all this shit. And when he called to get the insurance information from Debbie Humphreys, she said, well, if it's for Donna Campbell, it is. Well, she threatened me with a baseball bat, and I never did. But if you just drop her case, we'll pay you $500,000. They said, guess what? Lorenz & Lorenz out of here, Austin, Ted, we're on top of it. That motherfucker said, okay. So when I called Charlie back to give him the update from my visit at the Heart Hospital on 38th, that lower extremity and upper, he said, well, Miss Campbell, we're not going to be able to represent you. I was like, well, what are you talking about? And he said, well, she said that you had threatened her with a baseball bat. Immediately I knew who she was talking about.
No.
And I was like, what? You're holding court without me? I hired you. I said, Charlie, how much are they paying you? And then at that point, the phone went silent, but yet he was still there. And I just kind of pulled my phone away, and I looked at it, and I was going, all I have is a prescription for Tylenol 3. But, man, if you go over to Department 314, ask them why it ain't made ready.
I'll ask.
All right, and what was your name, sir?
My name's Jamie. What's your name?
My name is Donna Lee Campbell.
Nice
and I also have a 2000 Solara since that 99 was over there at Scotts House.